Yes, say what you say. I can ground pound all day, especially with a pretty face, small waist. I'd rather stand here, share your space with you. Collar tie, hooey tie, I wanna lie with you. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm the truth. Get my full mount, side mount, what do? I wanna take you, controlled by the wrist. We can go rounds 3, 4, 5, 6 in the clinch. Yeah, we in the clinch, baby. Best believe me, we in the clinch. You and I, we in the clinch, baby. Say what you say. Do la me, do la me, do. Do la me, do la me, do. I love ya. Do la me, do la me, do. Do la me, do, and no one else but you. Do la me, do. Do la me, do la me, do. I need ya. Do la me, do la me, do. Do la me, do la me, do. Woo! Listen. Before I get started with my Taco Tuesday show, I want to say this. I love you, boy. Hit the Tyson bell. Listen. I know many of you saw my post on the community in response to the Malcolm X comment. And I think this is necessary to say. No matter if you're Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, Korean, Puerto Rican, Mexican, black, white, Indian, whatever, hit the Tyson bell. I think this is necessary to hear about Malcolm X. Look, Malcolm X represented the black man's experience in America. Every stage of it. Listen, 3 stages: the hungry, the woke, and the wise. Now, look, when you look in the war room, okay, in the war room and in the world, there are many of you who are Malcolm Little in the ghettos of Harlem. Huh? And then there's others of you who are Malcolm X at the podium. And the rest of us are Malik El-Shabazz stepping off that airplane in the States from his pilgrimage to Mecca. Hit the Tyson bell. I'm going to tell you what's extremely consistent here. And looking at the environment, what we know is this. Malcolm Little would have called Malcolm X a lame. And Malcolm X would have called Malik El-Shabazz a coon. And Malik El-Shabazz would have called Malcolm Little lost. Let me tell you what we need to do. What we really need to do is identify those 3 stages and call every one of those stages necessary. And that's the Grinch, Black, 2 Sugars. Jackie Hernandez, shout out to you. Now listen. We're about to start our show. Hit the Tyson bell. Uh-oh. Here we go. Y'all know what day it is. Up off net. Y'all know what day it is. It's Taco Tuesday. Baby. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Tiz, what's going on with you? Jackie Hernandez. What's going on with you? Oops. All right, man. Look, first, I want to say this. Hit the Tyson bell. I'm in. Hit the like and let the light in. Yeah. Merry Christmas to you and the fam and all of the community. By all means, love it. Hit the Tyson. Oh my God. let the light in. Let's let the light in. Hit the Tyson bell. Okay, listen. Much love to you, Biz. Much love to you, Tiz. Let me see. Dropping bombs. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Biz, big favor, bro. I sent you a DM on IG. I'm chills. Oh, okay. I have a podcast question. Please respond back. Got you. James West, much love to you. Merry Christmas. Oh, I want to say this too. I found you sit your ass down. Hey, that's Angry Man. This is Angry Man over here. Brittany, hey, sit your ass down. Hey, everybody, give it up for the Varnell Hill Box.
Bring on this with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. Kiss a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The Varnell man can shapoing boing.
Yeah. Where were we? Oh, I want to tell you this. You guys know I've been going through it. This Christmas, I think I found it. It's been hard for me to find that thing that I've been looking for that someone, and I think I found it. Okay, that someone being that ShowBizz the kid. Hit the Tyson bell. I've been on my jingle all the way. I think I found it. I may be off a little sooner than I want to be because I put a call in, found where to get it. I think I'm about to get it. I got to rush out to get it. Hold on. Let me see. Happy holidays to you, Biz. All love from Philly. Much love to you, my man, Steve. James West, super sticker. Thank you so much. Hit the Tyson bell. Okay. It's all good, Biz. Much love to you, Brittany, with the time. And everybody, if you haven't hit the like already, make sure
hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, get those.
No, Daddy, I didn't find the connect. I wish I did. I found a store. So let me see. Okay, so here we go. Here's the question. I want to ask you guys. Do we know the meaning of duck? This may take up the whole show. Twitter. My Twitter went crazy. 4,000 views. My Twitter went crazy. I'm seeing comments, and now I'm really getting this all from Twitter. I'm hearing duck this, quack, quack this, quack, quack that. And I really want to know if it quacks. Okay, Danny, hold on. I know. But do you guys know? Yes, we do. Okay. You know what duck is? You know what a duck is. You crazy Biz. Love your content. Much love to you. Call him Duck because he immigrate like these. Okay, hold on. Let's talk about this. Let's define duck. The definition of duck when it comes to boxing. Okay? Here's the definition. Strategic avoidance. Wrong. Let me tell you why this is wrong. Because the strategic part, strategic avoidance, now that waves. See, definition is defined, definite. When you start saying strategic avoidance, now that's up to the person defining it. Now that's up to each and every person. I didn't like this, so that's a strategic avoidance. Canelo Alvarez not fighting a 23-year-old David Benavidez who fought nobody, and going up 2 weight classes to do something historic against Makabu. I think that's strategic avoidance. Why? Because I don't like it. See, no. Definition is definite. It's definite. So no matter who you are, there's the definition. There is the definition of what walking means. No matter who you are, you can try to say what you want to say, but there is a solid definition of, I don't know, light. Duck, goose, tacos. Can't wait for this topic. Okay. So let me give you guys the definition. With no room, okay? Falsely claiming that you contracted COVID. Here's the definition. Ducking is when a fighter turns down a bout for no other reason than their fear of losing. There were no notable opponents lined up, no big money bouts to take instead. Listen, ducking is when a fighter turns down a bout for no other reason than their fear of losing. Okay, how do you know there's no other reason? Here it is. If there were no notable opponents, maybe like, I don't know, a Super WBA champion. Ah! If there's no notable opponents lined up and no big money bouts to take instead. Hold on. Canelo jumping up 2 weight classes, 3 weight classes to take on Makabu for WBC Cruiserweight Champion. I think that, whoop, checks right. No duck. Elder True Spence unifying 3 titles, taking on Yordanis Ugas, the Super WBA champion. That's not a fear of losing only. The fear of losing part, well, how do you know he feared losing? Well, he doesn't have a notable opponent. Well, Errol Spence does. Taking on the Super WBA champion, who, by the way, beat Manny Pacquiao to retain his title. Hit the Tyson bell. So listen, and we could all agree that definition makes sense. It makes sense. So listen, this is what I want to know. I see your point, 100%. So I just want to know, can we get to this in the war room? When you look at Errol the True Spence, him fighting Yordanis Ugas, is that ducking? Let's listen once again.
And you got a FaceTime for me and you didn't answer.
I don't know your number. What you talking about? You got my number.
But now you don't save it.
I don't know your number.
Save it.
I'm throwing words out on Twitter just to get likes and retweets. So I called him up. So we had a brief conversation about us 2 fighting, you know, and he told me what was his plans, and I just told him, like, well, these is my plans and them is your plans. So if your plans is that, then we're not gonna fight. But if we can come to agreement on this, then we gotta fight. You know, and we just talked about the business side of boxing, you know, like it's a business at the end of the day.
I think, you know, we want to fight, but, you know, with Bob Earl and, you know, Al Heyman and, you know, everybody else, I call them the guys in the suits. But the guys in the suits really, you know, want to make sense money-wise. Now, my realistic goals would be Danny Garcia, Pacquiao, and Terrence Crawford. Or Pacquiao and then Terrence Crawford. So, I mean, that's my goal. I don't want to leave, you know, 147 without fighting Terrence Crawford.
You're right. You put the right amount of money on the table, these guys are going to fight. I got a sense that we'll probably see Errol and Bud in 2022.
Do you see Bud Crawford and Errol Spence fighting at 147 or at 154?
I really don't even see us fighting, to tell you the truth.
Everybody in the world wants to see you and Terrence Crawford fight. Is that something more 2021?
Definitely. That's definitely 2021. That's not going to be my next fight. It's definitely 2021. I don't see it going past 2021.
I got a sense that we'll probably see Errol and Bud in 2022.
Now, let me ask you this. Huh? My man, James West, for the community. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. I needed that, James West. I needed that. Someone said something extremely intelligent in the war room. Wait, that was a flex on him. Hold on. Flex on him, James. See? Oh, man, West. Hit the Tyson bell. Listen, someone said in the war room, well, why not unify with Terrence Bud Crawford? Is that a good point? I'm putting cases on every last one of you. Huh? I am the police. I run shit here. Y'all just live here. Listen, hold on. duckology, but determining fear is subjective. Listen. Well, why not just unify with Terrence Bud Crawford instead? Good question. Let me ask you guys this. Since you want Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford next, and he decides to unify against Yordanis Ugas instead, because you want it, is that enough to call him a duck? Huh? Hold on. Because you want it, is that enough to call him a duck? Because I got two rebuttals for this. I want it. I want it. I want it next. But by definition, does that mean it's a duck? Hit the Tyson Bell. I'm asking, because I think that's what we're doing. If a fight happens that we don't want, instead of the fight we want, duck, because it all has to do with me. Me. I'm going to call this warrior a duck because I want it. Hit the Tyson Bell. Okay. Hold on. For 3 damn years. That's an excellent point. We'll talk about those 3 years in a minute. But I want to say this too. 2, would y'all want Terrence Crawford versus Errol the True Spence for 3 titles and then go for undisputed with Ugas? Is that a little anticlimactic? Or do you guys want Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence for undisputed at the end? Huh? Wait a minute. That's kind of like looking at the Avengers Endgame. The conclusion of the Infinity Wars. Would you want the conclusion of the Infinity Wars after the Avengers 2? And then what? Have the first Infinity Wars after that? Yeah. The big fight at the end. Would you want that in the middle? And then the middle at the end? Wouldn't that be a little anticlimactic a little bit? You want the big fight for 3 belts, and then let's fight Ugas afterwards. I got something for y'all. ShowBizz on Fire. On this Taco Tuesday, I got something for y'all. How about Errol Spence fight Yordanis Ugas to unify? If he lose, we ain't want to see him against Terrence Crawford anyway. If he wins, how about this? A 3-fight deal against Terrence Bud Crawford. Ha! How about a rematch? How about undisputed then undisputed? At the end. Or are y'all the types that just rush the end? Why don't you fast forward the movie, rush the end? I do have this point too. For 3 years? Somebody said for 3 damn years? Ugh. Kind of makes sense to me. If you look at what happened those 3 years. Errol Spence became IBF champion 3 years ago. I think Terrence Bud Crawford became WBO champion a little bit after that. Okay. Errol Spence decided, I want to fight Showtime Sean Porter. This is what I want to do. I want to unify in the PBC first. That right there, I can understand the sour stomach. Hit the Tyson Bell. If you're a Terrence Crawford fan, I can understand the sour stomach there. Now in hindsight, oh, that was the perfect thing. Because to get it all at the end, that's a perfect thing. But at the time, I can see that. But now, after Terrence Crawford dribbled Sean Porter off the canvas twice, hit the Tyson Bell. Oh, no, I want this at the end. Soon. I want it soon. I don't want it in 2023. I want it in 2022. But I want it at the end for undisputed. But I can understand that beginning. But anything after that, he beats Sean Porter, becomes a real pay-per-view star. He done built his name up. Now Errol Spence is a true pay-per-view star. Then he flipping a Ferrari. You going to dock that time? He was out for over a year. You going to dock that time? He comes back from flipping in a Ferrari. Terrence Crawford said, I don't want to fight him next. If I fight him after flipping a Ferrari, I won't get my love. So he fights Danny Swift Garcia. Cool. How about next? Terrence Crawford wanted Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence wanted Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao wanted both of them. That's why Manny Pacquiao's the top 10 greatest fighter pound for pound. I could give a damn. To Manny Pacquiao said, well, give me both of them boys. They both fell through. Errol the True Spence tore retina. That's a part of those 3 years. If you do the math, 2 of those 3 years, Errol Spence ain't been fighting nobody. He almost died in the Ferrari accident, and he had a partial torn retina. 2 of those 3 years, he wasn't fighting anybody anyway. Let me see what you have to say. EJ Silent, conspiring with the WBA in the dark, was working straighten the road to Ugas. This was paid duck, huh? But those who are not refunded. Facts. What PS Mandos will be called for EJ versus Ugas winner. But unification trumps mandatory. Unification trumps mandatory. Undisputed trumps mandatory. Unification trumps mandatory. Unification trumps mandatory. Unification. Let me tell you what we need to stop doing. We need to stop calling people ducks for our guesswork of the future. I'm guessing I can read the future. EJ is going to fight as mandatory. He ducked. What the hell? What kind of superpowers we got now? Huh? And that's the Grinch. 2 sugars. He's ducking. How? From something I don't know about in the future. We're that crazy? Hold on. I'm the one with the taco hat on. And I'm not that damn crazy. Agree. Spence is not ducking. Why is everyone overlooking Ugas? That is a very difficult fight. Of course. I agree. Spence versus Crawford would be bigger if he wins. Yes. Errol Spence only fighting once since the car accident. Torn retina. Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao. Ugas is more ready than Errol Spence. Errol Spence can get his ass whipped, and that's the black 2 sugars, and people ain't even expecting it. People ain't even thinking about it. Errol Spence can get his ass whipped. And if he fought Terrence Crawford next, I'm putting $10,000 on Terrence Crawford to beat him. If he would have fought Terrence Crawford, that's just feeding him to take a loss. That's just getting your ass whipped. That's not smart at all. He may not get past Ugas. Errol Spence may have lost something. We don't know yet. Let me see. Build the momentum to its height, then climax. Pause. But you're absolutely right. Hit the Tyson Bear. Nobody's thought about that, huh? Errol Spence only fought once. He can get his ass whipped. If you are an Errol Spence fan, you're going to have the bubble guts come April, March when that fight happens. Oh, yes. You're going to have the bubble guts. We all think he is Superman and not human? Let me tell you what duck means today. What duck means today is this. Hold on. I'm really upset that Boots isn't in the equation. Well, he won't be yet, right? Listen. He won't be yet. It's kind of like Canelo Alvarez, 23 years old, taking on Floyd. Everybody say Canelo was wet behind the ears. We don't know what we want anymore. You want Boots wet behind the ears, fighting, being part of the equation, fighting Terrence Crawford, fighting Errol Spence. Because then if you are an Errol Spence hater, if Errol Spence were to beat Boots, he'd beat a wet behind the ears Boots. If you are a Terrence Crawford hater, if Terrence Crawford beat Boots, he'd beat a wet behind the ear Boots. I mean, why play that game? We do all this name calling. We fine-tooth comb everybody's resumes, but we want it to happen anyway. Same thing with David Benavidez. David Benavidez has never, not once, beat a champion out their title. His title man. He beat Darrell. He beat Darrell. Vacated because of booger sugar. Vacated because of not making weight. This guy, we look at Canelo Alvarez and say, you must prove something. Okay, I must prove something. To who? To that little guy. David Benavidez, who hasn't fought anybody. Let me tell you when everything really comes to the head, okay? Caleb Plant is talking about fighting Jamal Charlo. Who wins? What if Caleb Plant gets busy? What does that say about Canelo Alvarez's breakdown of Caleb Plant? Hold on. Let me see. Biz, that new hit, the light clip is destroying my truck speakers with the bass. You know what time it is. It's Tyson Bell. Bass! How low can you go? Biz, you try to read the future all the time. You were just doing it. Really? Maybe so. Talking about unification and it hasn't even happened yet. Facts. Don't be a hypocrite, bro. All love. Gotcha. Hit the Tyson Bell. You're absolutely right. So hypothetically speaking, if Errol the True Spence takes on a mandatory instead of Terrence Crawford, then it is a duck. Hypothetically speaking, if Errol the True Spence takes on Terrence Bud Crawford like he says he's going to do, collect all the straps, he's not going to fight any tune-ups, he's only going to fight title holders. That's what he says. All the information seems to go that way. If he goes that way and fight for unification, perfect. Point taken. Okay. Everybody was fine when Pacquiao had the belt. They don't respect Ugas, so now it's a duck. Foolish behavior. Very foolish. Hit the Tyson Bell. Let me see. What's up, Biz? They don't know what duck means. Obviously not. Can you give some quick thoughts on the news of Andre fighting Janet Beck next? No. People asking who might be in for a surprise. Janet Beck is like Triple G upset city. Can be. I don't really have much to say. I know Virgil Ortiz, same thing. He has a fight against McKinson next. McKinson southpaw. Very accurate puncher, fast hands. Kind of prepares him for Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol the True Spence, just like Janet Beck can for Andre against Triple G. But let me do the breakdowns first to see what it really means. Hit the Tyson Bell. McKinson, undefeated, nice. Janet Beck, real nice. Okay? But we'll see what it means. That hat makes me want Taco Bell every time, Biz. I mean, dog, it's the meat for me. Wait, pause. Hit the Tyson Bell. So listen, let me get my black two sugars. Before we move on, and this is going to be a short podcast because I'm really starting to answer, because around 10 o'clock, I got to bounce. So that's 15 minutes, but I'm going to do my best to complete my thought, but I'm going to say this. Okay. It's obvious Errol Spence isn't ducking for unifying, and he said that was always the plan. Hold on. Victor asked if you do. Oh, yes, I wonder. Why would you shoot a man before throwing him for the blood? Hit the Tyson Bell. I guess everyone saying duck forgot the whole COVID thing. That too, fans, less fights. How do you expect to make a super fight? Good point. Very good point. But I want to say this too. It's crazy how just a couple weeks ago, we were in the war room and I ran off the options. And I said, what would we accept if Errol Spence doesn't fight Terrence Crawford next? And everybody said, Ugas, that's it. I said, how about Boots? Okay, Boots, but not Ortiz. But Ugas, okay. Boots, though, yeah, and not Ortiz. Now he's about to fight Ugas. Duck! What the hell's going on? Hold on. It's the meat for me. Come on, Biz. Taco Bell, my favorite. You missed my super chat. Let me see. I think I did. Is it the winner of Ugas Spence required to fight the mandatory who stepped aside? I doubt he steps aside twice. I think he will. I don't know if he's there. They never said that he's required. They're required to fight the step aside next. I didn't read that. Maybe you have. I didn't read that. I just heard that he stepped aside. I didn't know for how much. I didn't know what was going on. I do know that he's fighting for the regular WBA title. Okay? Hit Tyson Bell. And we all know you can't unify the Super WBA and the regular WBA. Ha! Kind of like the franchise title and the full-time title. Uh-oh. We're back there again. So when you are the WBA champion, the regular WBA champion, can you be mandatory? I don't know. I know he's fighting for the regular WBA title next. Let me see what else we got. I know since Bud beat Sean Porter, the fight with Spence will not happen soon. Oh, you know that. I think Errol Spence getting 3 titles now make the fight closer than ever. understand this. Errol Spence hates 147. It's hard for him to make the weight. He has to go to 154, but before he leaves, he wants to be undisputed. I don't think Errol Spence is trying to play around. I think he wants to be undisputed. Let me tell you why I think he wants to be undisputed.
Nobody more than Terrence Crawford. You know, there's big fish on this side too that, you know, I got to fry. So, I mean, once I get rid of Pacquiao and Sean Porter, then we can, you know, sit down and talk about Terrence Crawford. But nobody's avoiding him. Like I said, I'm going to get these belts over here. Then I'm going to come take Terrence Crawford belt because I said I'm going to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. So the only way to make that happen is to take his belt. So, I mean, nobody's avoiding him.
Let me tell you what I do as a man. As a man, as an analyst, I respond to what a fighter is saying. I don't respond to what I say he's saying. Here's the Tyson Bell. Ah! I respond to what the fighter is saying and what the fighter is doing. Okay, those are his words, man to man. I'm going to analyze that. What he's doing. He's getting this belt unified out. It goes right along with what he's saying. But I don't try to create what he's saying, make up what he's saying, and then respond to that because now you're talking to your damn self about your damn self. Hit the Tyson Bell. Okay? Spence is straightforward. Sounds like it. Simply put, Spence said it all, 100%. Now, I'm going to say this. I will continue to say this. I didn't like it.
You see what I did, you know, compared to what he did. So
that's what happened. As soon as the stoppage happened, that's what happened with Errol.
Hey, listen. My thing is,
him walking away, I didn't like that. Hit the Tyson Bell. I thought that was a horrible look. And I trashed, I just totally, video after video, got at Errol Spence about that. And I don't think they liked it. And I understand that. Because, look, ShowBizz, you looked at that wrong. No, I didn't look at it wrong. You could have been leaving because of this. You could have been leaving because of that. You couldn't be leaving because of that. My problem is you left. And in leaving, that left room for people to do what I did. Hit the Tyson Bell. So it's a bad look. That's what I was talking about. It was a bad look. It opened the opportunity for people to say what they said. That's what I was saying. Hold on. Somebody said, what about what Spence said about Thurman? Hold on. Let me see if I can find that. I probably can't find that though. I had that for you. Let me see. Crawford mandate. No. How about this? Maybe this can help. And somebody's, hey, how about what Spence said about Thurman? Maybe this can help. Because I don't like the way I title my files, man, and it confuses me when I go back to it. Hold on one second. Let me get my Grinch 2 sugars. And before I get there, we're going to talk about a duck move, okay? We're going to talk about a duck move. Let me see. Is this it? Excuse me if this isn't the file.
Hopefully I'll be fighting again in either February or March. So.
Maybe Ugas, hopefully, so you could pick up another belt?
We'll see.
The winner of this fight, maybe? The other belt?
Yeah, we'll see. Everybody just wait, man. I'm coming back. Big one. So just wait on me. I'll be back. It's going to be a big one.
Excuse me, that wasn't it. Hold on. I think I deleted it. I can't find it. Wait. Nope, I can't find it. What it was I can explain it to you. What it was I was showing how Errol Spence used to talk when Errol Spence was trying to hunt down Keith one time Thurman. And I said, he doesn't sound like that. He sounds like We'll See Spence. Hit the Tyson Bell. So I know what you mean. Oh, yes, I know what you mean. Everything got extremely business with Errol Spence when talking about Terrence Bud Crawford after a while. He's on the other side of the street. Yada, 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 this, yada, yada, that. Oh, I understand what you're saying. With Keith Thurman, he was talking about tables turn. They wanted me to get a belt. I got a belt. They wanted me to do that. I got this. And then I showed Terrence Bud Crawford saying the same thing. You wanted me to get a belt. I got it. So Terrence Crawford became the old Errol Spence. And the new Errol Spence became the old Keith Thurman. So I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. Okay. And no, I don't like that. Let me see. Although we can analyze fighters' words, sometimes actions speak louder than vice versa. Tyson Fury, hopefully EJ is true to his words. Well, yeah, but I'm looking at his actions. So when he said, let me collect these titles and then Terrence Crawford next, and then I see him, he beat Kell Brook, he beat Showtime Sean Porter, got 2 titles, fight Yordanis Ugas for the 3rd title. I mean, that's the action, words going right along with it. Hit Tyson Bell. So that's what I'm saying. And then at the end, he said he ain't going to leave without becoming undisputed. He's going to fight Terrence Crawford at the end. Well, the end isn't here yet, but everything leading up to it sounds just like what he's been saying to me, except for he didn't say I was going to flip in a Ferrari 5 times, and he didn't say I was going to have a torn retina. So those were the things that he didn't say. I guess he didn't walk that, right? He walked a different path there, but that was by accident. Okay? No pun. Let me see. I love Spence, but I can't help but to think he waiting for Bud to lose and fight the person that take that belt. That's because you want Crawford versus Spence now. Okay. And what you're doing is, what people do is they look at the time that has lapsed and forget about the whole year and a half after him flipping over in a Ferrari. He was waiting while he was, this brother was literally for a year. You know, he flipped over the Ferrari. We didn't know if he was going to die, if he was going to ever walk again. We forget how serious. It's so funny how over time, you forget how serious that was. People saw him slurring his words and everything. This dude was literally, He said he can't even remember for what, a week or so? And then he comes back, whitewash Danny Garcia, then have a partial torn retina. People are like, so I guess there he was waiting too. Let me wait for Terrence. People forget about a 2-year chunk of him not being able to do anything. It's so funny. People say the same thing about Sugar Ray Leonard. He tore his retina and he had to retire. While he was retired, people say, yeah, he was waiting for Hagler to age for 5 years. Are you serious? This guy had a torn retina, had to retire. And I'm talking about when the medical science was at its infancy stages, when it came to boxing and torn retinas. Talking about Hagler, he was waiting for him to age. This boy never fought at middleweight, came back after 5 years and fought Hagler at middleweight with no tune-up. But they talk about him. You feel what I'm saying? But let me tell you a duck. Let me show you a duck. Hit the tight bell. When we say, let me give you a definition, an example, okay, of a duck. Ducking is when a fighter turns down a bout for no other reason than their fear of losing. There were no notable opponents lined up, no big money bouts to take instead. Okay, hold on. Spence has never acted outside of his goals, never. He does everything in line. People look at who they like, and whoever doesn't fight him is a duck. Facts. But we're trying to change that narrative. When it comes to Errol Spence, if you look at how a person, Errol Spence acts how he fights. Look at fighters. Floyd, defense first. Then look how he went along his career. Right? Protecting himself financially, everything. Mike Tyson, aggression. Calculated aggression, but aggression. Look at his life. Right? Errol Spence, linear. Hey, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Look at how mechanical he fights. Jab, down, jab, right, move, up, hit the Tyson bell. Then look at Terrence Crawford. Hey, goodbye, Bob Arum. Forget it. Hey, I tried to do this. That didn't work. Okay, let me be at 135. Okay, let me go to 140, undisputed. Let me go to 147, whoop ass there. Look at how he fights. Orthodox, switch to southpaw. Change the game plan. Move here, Here, right. This angle here, this angle. He's like water. Look at his career. Look how he moves. Errol Spence, bit. Terrence Crawford, boom, 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 boom. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. It's a personality thing. When that dude get his goals in place, it's like, tick, 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 tick. I'm like that. That's why I can identify it. People forget Spence moves in silence. Then when making fights, he'll call Crawford after Ugas confident breed success, Mike Tyson. Let me tell you this. You know a fight is happening. This is what I learned about Errol Spence, and I'm late to the game. I apologize. I didn't learn this until after Manny Pacquiao. Then I thought back and said, damn, he's been doing this forever. Let me tell you something about Errol Spence. When you don't hear anything, a fight's about to happen. That's why I made that video. When he said, man, social media, people seeing silence as weakness. I was kind of like, yep. You know what, Errol, you're right. You got a fight you've been working on. I'm going to tell you who else like that. Wilder. Huh? Everybody always guess what Wilder's doing. Oh, Wilder's scared. Wilder's sucking on a bottle. Wilder's somewhere twerking. Wilder just don't say shit. He ain't. When he's fighting, he talks and he fights. When he ain't, he cut that off. And I think we all need to know how to do that. When you come back from work, don't carry your work home with you. You're going to get a divorce. Don't bring your work home with you. We all need to learn that. When I turn this computer off, I'm back upstairs. Calling Busy Baby. My daughter is becoming my right-hand man. Busy Baby, hey, we got to roll. We got to find this and find that. Did you look this up? And then I do my job. I respond to comments. Then I put my phone down and I turn it off. I think we all need to learn how. I'm going to tell you who didn't turn it off. Ryan Garcia. Now Ryan Garcia's, Ryan Garcia, turn it off. Turn it off. Like Teddy Tenderass. Turn it off. Turn off the lights. Light a candle. Turn them off. Oh, let me see. Peace and blessings, King. Much love to you, brother. Do you agree Ortiz should have signed with the PBC instead of for that McKinson deal? Only fight there is Conor Ben. See, I don't know. I know what you're saying. But see, it's the same thing with Terrence Crawford and Bob Arum. I don't know what kind of money. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff I don't know for me to make that assessment. I don't know, Margo. Fighting wise, I totally get what you're saying. You got boots over there, you got the future. I totally get what you're saying. I don't know if I can properly respond to that, brother. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't know what because I heard Bill Haney say Eddie Hearn makes it happen. He was praising Eddie Hearn over Leonard Ellerby, right? I don't like getting into the never mind. Never mind. Promoters talking about fighting promoters, and I didn't even want to respond to that. Never mind. Let me see what else I got going on. Teddy Tenderass, brutal. Oh, my bad, brother. I love you, boy. I've been calling him that since a kid. Before I can cuss, I shouldn't have been able to cuss, and I was like, Teddy, king your ass. So here's the thing. Let's talk about those who ducked. Let me read the definition again to give you an example. Ducking is when a fighter turns down a bout for no bite. Yeah, I'm hungry. Ducking is when a fighter turns down a bout for no other reason than their fear of losing. There were no notable opponents lined up, no big money bouts to take instead. Okay. Riddick Bowe. When Riddick Bowe grabbed his dick, Lennox Lewis was his mandatory. He grabbed that belt. He said, "You want the belt?" And he dropped it in the trash. He had nothing lined up. He just dropped the belt in the trash. He had no big fights lined up, no notable opponents. I guess you were afraid. Okay. Two. Floyd Mayweather. Brother, come on, y'all. When he didn't fight Keith one time, Thurman. Okay, what did he do instead? Notable opponent? Berto wasn't a notable opponent. He didn't have a belt or anything. Big money fight. That was a big money fight. That was Floyd carrying that whole thing. He must have had a fear of losing. He wanted to beat Rocky Marciano's record. I mean, I love Floyd like a play because I just can't cap for every. I'm my own person. I'm my own man. Right? Triple G and Andre Ward. I was like, what's his notable opponent? What's the bigger fight? What's the big money fight and notable opponent he took? He ducked Andre Ward for like 2 damn years. Who was he fighting? I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's a Tyson Bear. Lomachenko, not so much. He didn't fight Devin Haney, but he fought for undisputed against Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney, tomato. Except for Teofimo Lopez, more proven. Knocked out Richard Commey's ass, beat Nakatani. Had a belt that he earned that wasn't given to him. No, hold on. Before I say that, Devin Haney did earn the interim title. So the full-time WBC title replaced the interim title. I need to stop doing that because he had a tournament and earned the interim title. I need to stop twisting that because the more I think about it, the interim title is nothing but WBC full-time title now. That's how I feel. Okay? Tyson Bell. I need to start doubling back from that. Okay? And start figuring that thing out. I did have another thing. Oh, this is what I wonder. There was something I knew before that I don't think I know anymore. Okay. Let me see. Trevor, thank you so much, Tyson Bell. And it sounds weird to say, but it's true. There was something I knew before that I don't think I know anymore. So let me look it up. Let me look it up. Before I start to, talking out your ass and sounding stupid. You know what I mean? We ain't got that kind of time. Because I may say something stupid. I thought I knew this before, but let me be sure. And I will reveal if it was stupid. What I thought. I will reveal it soon enough. I just need to know if it was stupid or not. Nope, it wasn't stupid. It is something I knew. It's something I knew. But let me get this right though. Let me get this right. And I want you guys to understand this. And I know what y'all are going to say. Hold on. Here it is. It was stupid. No. No, it's true. I'm going to end with this fact. Everybody, a lot of people is looking down. Terrence Crawford fans. How many of you, just say here, say that Errol Spence fighting Lester Yordanis Ugas is a duck from Terrence Crawford? Let's end it with this. Say here. Mr. Grinch. Say here. Black Two Sugars. Say here. Where are you? No, I ain't. I think so. It is. Okay. I think so. It is. All right. Here. Yes. Here. Let me ask you this. Did you know Ugas beat Terrence Crawford in amateurs? Ah! Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, my stomach. Oh man. Oh. 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 Oh my God. Oh. Yordanis Ugas beat Terrence Crawford in amateurs. Oh. Oh. Some people think that he was robbed against Sean Porter. Oh. And he beat Manny Pacquiao. Oh. Oh. To that, I want to say this. Whatever you think about Ugas, Errol the True Spence, he better not take his ass light. ShowBizz the adult. Thank you guys for showing up to the Taco Tuesday. Hit the Tyson bell. Hopefully I'm on tomorrow, but Christmas Eve, I won't be on. Christmas Day, I won't be on. Those 2 days, I won't be on. I'm just going to, bring joy to the world with my family. All is going to be right with the world. I'm not going to work those days. I don't expect you guys to work those days. All right, I'm out. Much love to all you people. Much love to you. Hump Day.